Alright guys, so how to change the transmission oil on a Allison RDS 3000. They're like Allison RDS 3000, Allison RDS 3000 rugged duty. It's gonna be basically the same to change the oil. I'm gonna give you some pointers. Let's climb up here. So this is the underneath of the transmission. Transmission made it to the motor, stuff like that, the engine. So you will look for the drain, oil drain plug at the very rear of the transmission, and it's on the right side, right here. That's where you will find the drain plug. There. For the drain plug, a medium ratchet works. Just medium ratchet, it gets in there. It exactly fits in here. And this one fits in there. When you will be putting this plug back in, don't tight crazily, because these plugs, they're designed to shear. If over torqued, they're designed to shear, and you will have this cap basically separate from all that thread. So tighten it snug reliably, but not crazily. So this transmission is pretty big one, and it also has filters, and not one, two filters, and there are carriers that carry the filters. They're to the front of the transmission, and you can see them. This is one, and this is another one. Two carriers. They carry the filters. There is, I think, 6 bolts. Yeah, looks like 6 bolts that fasten each of the carriers. So some of the bolts I already took off. One here remaining, one here remaining. This one being taken off, and this one being off. Over there on the other carrier, only one bolt left. There, some of the bolts right there. So that's the thing. There's some more dripping onto me. So you need to replace the filters, and they're the carriers. You'll undo the bolts. It will drop this one. If it doesn't drop, just slightly pry it with a flat screwdriver. It will drop. You have to have a oil pan, something big like this, and nice, because it's gonna get pretty messy, so that you can do it and not to create a mess on the ground. So that's the thing. All right, so I just set the phone on a tripod, but it's slightly kind of big. But anyway, so now I want to take down the filters. The filters, like I said, that they're held with 6 bolts, should be 15, yeah, 15 millimeter. 2 filters, 2 carriers. Hold them. So I showed you already the carriers from here, how they look like. And once it's unscrewed, it just drops down. I barely pried it. It drops down, and you can see how much mess it is. I hope I didn't hide all this with my head the entire time. So that's the carrier, and the filter is above it. The filter just inserts into the carrier. The filter kit will be 2 filters. See, they're pretty long, pretty big ones. Will be 2 filters, and the filter kit also will carry gaskets. All this stuff has quite a few gaskets to seal. See? And it's basically what it is. It inserts in. That's what this is. Over here, the filter kit will come with gaskets. Over here goes a little gasket, even though you might not see it, but here it is. Little thin gasket. It's there. See, I'm prying it off. You'll have to replace this one. Here is a gasket. And at the bottom over here is also a gasket. Right here. So this one I removed, it's kind of brownish reddish. And this one happens to be black. But it depends. It might be also red. It just depends on a kit. Sometimes they come all one red color, sometimes some of it is black. So it's like O-ring gasket. See? 2 of them. The thinner one is for the top right here, and the thicker one is for the base right here, right over here. So you remove these, and then there will be a different type of gasket. It's gonna be a paper gasket. See this? It's a paper gasket. Sorry. There you go. It's separated. That's what I was looking to do. See, it's separated. Paper gasket. It will also come with the kit, so you can replace it. So you replace this paper gasket, put at the base the black thicker gasket, it might be red sometimes, and put at the top over here, there is also a groove at the top over here, thinner gasket, and you're good. Again, the paper gasket covers the surface that will adhere to the transmission. And then over here, right over here at the bottom, is going to be thicker gasket, and here at the top is a groove, thinner gasket. And the filter, you just slap a new one all the way like this down to come down on it, and that's it. And when you have a gasket, thin one at the top here, thicker one at the base here, inner base, and the paper one also on the inner base, you're ready to go back into the transmission. That's what you do. This is basically how it is. You do this with both of them. I just removed one carrier right now. It's just the same, totally the same for the other one. Absolutely the same, there is no difference. You will do exactly the same procedure for the second one. 2 filters, 2 carriers, bases, whatever you call it, carrier base or whatever else. So you put both filters like this in, tighten them. Your filter also will come with instruction. You're likely gonna have even the torque specification over there. If for some reason there is no torque, tighten it like what you consider reliable, but by no means to go crazy on this aluminum transmission housing. If you have any leaks, slightly tighten later on a little bit more until no more leaks. That's the thing. So on this transmission I already drained the oil, the plug here, that's already done. That's what I started with. I drained the oil, and after I drained the oil I put the pan over here and proceeded to the filters. So I'm now going to put in new filters, just like I described to you. Going to put in the new filters, and like again reminding you, over here at the top, I remove this one. Here at the top, thin groove, thin gasket. At the base over here, thick O-ring gasket. And paper gasket also at the inner base. And then slap this one on top, all the way push it down until this surface and this surface, these two surfaces completely come together. And then you're ready to put it back in. The same thing for both filters. Once you do this, tighten it up, make sure your plug is back, the drain plug. You will be free to refill the oil. So this transmission is installed on many medium duty trucks. It mainly kind of goes for like 33,000 GVWR trucks, class B. Mainly kind of tends to be there. It's pretty rare to see it on some 26,000 GVWR truck. This is beefier, considered way better transmission than what most 26,000 GVWR trucks carry. And this transmission is often found on many buses. Like school buses that carry the kids, you will often find this transmission in there. And some other vehicles, stuff like that. They're robust transmissions. They're not like those on most 26,000 GVWR trucks. These are different transmissions. They're far beefier. They're known to go 1,200,000 miles, if not more. That's what they're known for. If you maintain it right, if you do it right, if you don't use that oil and filters forever, and I ignore the maintenance, do it timely, it's gonna tell, you're gonna say thanks to you, basically. The oil can be used up to 150,000. The filters, they should be replaced every 75,000 miles. If you do that, you'll be good. This one is a cab over truck. So the transmission has its tube come all the way here. So this is the one. If you see similar dipstick like this, see, you will know that is the transmission. This red dipsticks, this one, this is it. See one like this, it's gotta be it. Well, newer trucks might have it looking somewhat different, stuff like that. but it tends to be brown or reddish dipstick cap. So this is it. That's basically what it is. It's not that complicated as it might seem. It's pretty simple. Once you know these basics, you should have no trouble changing your oil. Alright, so hopefully this helps you in some kind of way to give you pointers. So there it is. I'll just proceed right now to finish the job, get it done, and see you in the next video.